We are on Project 8, Website Interface. Now this is going to be an optional chapter. If you wish to work through it, you can. If you choose that you don't want to, I understand. We are on a time crunch and I'm not penalizing anyone who does not work this chapter through. Although this chapter works with website building, the focus is actually on color management and using the Swatch management tools. Building a website completely out of Illustrator is probably not your best option. That's really better left to a program like Dreamweaver, and we will be dealing with Photoshop with creating a website. You can do it for a very simple website, but it doesn't work if you get anything complicated, and you're much better off using another app like Dreamweaver. In fact, a lot of times people put together a graphics in Photoshop and then it's redone, rebuilt in another program. But I just wanted to say that this is one of those cases where just because you can, maybe you shouldn't. So with that being said, you are working with the Studio zip file, which you should unzip and put into your WIP folder. And you will be working with the Site Design Illustrator file. So once you have that open, you're going to want to expand your layers panel so you can see all of the layers. We have the navigation panel. I'm actually going to collapse these since right now we're working with the header layer and you want to have that selected. So first of all, you want to select the artwork in that second group that consists of the guitar and all of the flames and stuff. With the group selected, you're going to go to the bottom of your swatches panel and click the folder and select New Color Group. Name that group Guitar Colors. We want to work from selected artwork. We want to check the Convert Process to Global and deselect Include Swatches for Tints and say OK. With that artwork still selected, click on the Guitar Colors folder that you just created and you're going to select the color wheel thing that says Edit or Apply Color Group. Make sure that you're working in the Edit mode and that Recolor Art is checked. We want to make sure that the link is selected. So if you hover over that, you'll see the link with the bar going straight across, but it's then the option says unlink harmony colors. That's the way it should read. So leave that the way it is. If it's got a slash going through it, click it so that it looks like this. And then we're going to drag the brightness. Oh, we want to change this. Mine comes up with RGB. If you don't have the HSB, which is hue, saturation, and brightness, click to show HSB. And then you're going to slide the brightness, select your guitar colors group, and slide the brightness over to, oh, I think it's about 50%, somewhere in through there, to brighten all of the colors up. You'll see how that makes that change. Click OK to apply the change, and you should get Save Changes to Swatch Group Guitar Colors before closing. And you want to say yes to that. That adjusts those colors and makes them brighter. Now in your layers panel, you can lock that layer and do a select all to select everything else. And you should see that all the other groups in there, everything should be selected. And with that, we're going back to our swatches panel and we're going to create another color group. That group should be named site colors. And again, we're going to make it out of the selected artwork. And this time we want both to convert the process to global and include swatches for tint. And say OK to select that. You're going to leave everything still selected. Select that site color group again and click the edit or apply color group so we can edit this. I'm going to pull this over so we can watch the changes being made, and we want to change the recolor artwork dialog box if it isn't already in the assign mode and make this active. We're going to click on that third color. We don't have swatches for certain things, so we're going to be making a change. You're going to click on the third color and drag it down onto the black row below it. Basic black and white are at the bottom of the list. They don't have a swatch in the new column. We're going to use the assign dialog box to convert the other shades of gray, including the white, into shades of the default black swatch. So we're taking this and we're actually building swatches this way, and we have to include the white as well. So now go into the edit mode and make sure that your site colors are selected or it won't work. We're going to make sure that recolor art is selected. We are going to unlink the harmony color buttons because we're only changing one color. Select the blue spoke and the blue dot, and we're going to recolor that blue. We don't want it blue anymore. We want to change it to a red. So we're going to change that, change my RGB not in the hue saturation thing. So let me go in here, and it's going to be 166, 29, and 22 for the colors. And hit tab to change to the next swatch, and we now have a lovely red swatch instead. So now if I select OK, and you see how the colors changed, but I need to select OK on here, and then yes, I want to save the changes to the swatch group. And now I have a red in place of the yellow, and this is where you can save your file. Next, we're going to work with live paint groups. The live paint groups are kind of a fun type of thing to work with. You're using the live paint bucket, and the live paint bucket works similar to the shape builder tool. In fact, it's going to be nested with the shape builder tool, and using it, you can select portions of artwork, because even though you might have a full item that isn't broken into pieces, if you have one group going over well, if you have one object that's overlaid over another object, the live paint, just like the shape builder, could see that as a separate area. Live paint sees that as a separate area. You'll see what I mean when we start working with this. So deselect everything and then double click the art group that's below the Text Studio 81. And that's going to put you into isolation mode. I'm going to actually zoom into that so that we can see this a little better and get a clearer view of what we're doing. Then I'm going to find my live paint bucket, which is nested under your shape builder tool. And it looks like this. So I'm in my live paint bucket. And then go into your swatches, and in the site colors, click like the first swatch. Now what you're going to get with your cursor now is this little thing that has 3 different swatches that shows. So we want to hit your arrow key to swap from, so right or left arrow, so you can rotate through all the colors. And we're going to go until it should be one click over if you click on the yellow. to get your red color swatch. So zoom in a little bit tighter and we have these black boxes that have the red. Well, this is the red. These are cut in two. And then select all to select all of this artwork. And you can see we have these red and black boxes and we have the yellow lines that are cutting through here. We can actually color that lower section of the black boxes. So you'll do that with the red to carry through what it should look like. There's a little piece down there too. Let me swap over to my hand tool and get all of these colored in as red. Now we didn't actually cut those pieces. We let the paint bucket do it for us. So you can deselect everything. And if we go back in with the direct select tool, you're going to click and select that and drag it to the side. Just want to show you what happens. It actually follows the line that's dissecting it, so it changes with the movement. So we didn't cut that up. I'm going to undo that. You can then escape out of the isolation mode and save your file again.